All right, so for this project, we are going to do the mini people walking across the screen. I'm going to record this, and we will post it onto YouTube for you guys. I'm going to go into After Effects, and the place where you find your elements is under the homework shared drive, and then it is saved into SPFX Desk Person Mini People. When you double click on that, it's got all of the background plates, and then it's also got the snow shots where the students are walking in the snow. It's called Students Walk Left to Right, Students Walk Right to Left. And then we've got one shot of Andy and 2 shots of Mason, and I'll show you the difference between those two. So we're going to go back into After Effects, and we're going to, so this is a finished composition. You can see that the students are walking from the pencil cup through to the bottle. And so we're going to get rid of these two. We're going to start over. We'll delete. All right, so there's nothing there. The first thing I'm going to bring in is Mason acting lower angle, which is right here. And I'm going to open up this drop down. I'm going to open up the drop down on transform. We're going to scale this back. The reason I like this one better is because it's got the pencil cup and it's got the bottle here, and it's going to be easier to mask the students coming out of one spot and then going into the bottle here. So that's why I'm using that one. And then you could also use the other ones. You could use Andy's if you want, or you could use the other Mason also. So you have to just, when this comes in, it comes in as a larger image. This just has to go back to 47% to fit the screen. Or, yeah, it's at 48, good enough. Okay. And then we're going to bring in, the students are going to walk from right to left. So I'm going to drag this down just into my timeline. Mason's layer needs to go on the bottom because we're going to put the students walking in the snow on top of the paper. So we're going to bring Mason, we're going to click Mason, and we're going to bring that underneath. So students walk right to left is going to be the top layer, and then Mason acting lower angle is the bottom layer. Okay, so right now you can see that the students is the top layer, and that needs to be repositioned. So we will open up that top layer. Students walk left to right, or right to left, I'm sorry. We're going to go to scale. We're going to drop this back and shrink those people a little bit. And then we're going to put this over here. So now you'll notice that the snow shot doesn't match the color of the paper here. So we're going to make the two match. So in order to do that, we're going to go up to Effect. So make sure that this layer is still selected. You're going to go up to Effect and go to Color Correction, and then select Auto Color. So Color Correction, Auto Color. And what that's going to do is going to change to a whiter snow. All right, so the next thing, we're going to have these people. They're going to walk into that cup right there. So I'm going to position that. We'll have to rescale this shot down a little bit. So basically what you have to do is you have to get the students the same size between the pencil cup and the bottle here, because we want them exiting out of the bottle or going into the pencil cup. So we're going to make this just a little bit bigger. We're going to scale this to 20. So then you want to have an edge here on the bottle and then an edge here on the pencil cup. Now we're going to add in a mask on this layer, on students walk right to left. So with this layer selected, we're going to go up to Effect. I'm sorry, we're going to go up to Layer, go up to Layer, select Mask, New Mask, and then it's going to put the yellow box around it. We're going to double click one of the yellow pins. We're going to push this up, and we want that to, we're going to need to, I'm going to grab this hand up here on my screen. I'm going to push everything up so that I can mask this corner here. Grab my arrow. I'm going to open up my masks again, select mask, and then Up here underneath the word effect is it's called the pen tool. It's right next to the T. You're going to grab the pen tool, and let me turn on my masks here again. There's a little button right here next to the time code. The button is called Toggle Mask and Shape Path Visibility. You want to make sure that that's on. And then we're going to go back up to our pinpoint. Open up masks here. And then click down on the mask layer right here, down on your screen, and then select Mask Path, P-A-T-H. And then you're going to add in some pinpoints right here so that you can fine-tune your mask here. So you can move this down and then keep their feet in the shot. And the piece of paper is on the screen here. We want to make sure that we keep all the paper there. And that looks pretty good. And then we need to mask the top also. So we're going to add some pinpoints up here. And we'll bring this down. It just has to match the bottle right there. And then we'll bring this one down so it's inside of the paper. And then we'll bring this one down. So basically that piece of paper that's laying on the desk, that's kind of like your guide for this. The pen cup, we need to kind of reconfigure the entrance into that. All right, so then the mask, here I'll zoom in on the camera so you can see on the mask. So I've created the mask where the mask shape, that pencil cup right there, they're going to disappear behind that. And then if you look at the blue bottle, that mask shape right there is right on the edge of that blue bottle. So they're going to exit from the bottle and go across the screen to go to there. Another thing that you can do also is you can go down to, let me show you this. If you go to Mask Feather, if you click that, then let me go back up here. You can also soften the edges of your mask here. We did this yesterday. You can soften the edges. You don't have to, but it's just an option. And then we just want to find the spot where the students exit out of, let's see. I'm not sure why that's doing that. All right, so right when the students exit out, we're going to go down to the layer here, and if you click at the very beginning, you're going to get the two arrows that point left to right. We're going to drag this over right there where it starts, and then where it ends. Zoom out. So we'll let them get all across the screen. Wait for that last person to go across, and they're out. So the thing I'm running into right now is when that last person is out, it's like the effect is overtaking the screen. It's like making it really blotchy. So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but so that's good. Let me turn off this. So if you look really carefully, you can't really see where that mask is happening. So if we play this back, you can also take your work area, this yellow button right here. You can click down, and since we're not going to use the beginning part of that, we can slide this over to the very beginning. And then same thing when the students are done walking across, you can grab this one Can drag this back over. This is where it ends. So the computer will only render that amount of footage. Okay, so now if we play this back, so they're exiting out of the bottle. Looks pretty good. And then they're going into the pencil cup. And then we can pull this hand down into the screen. And Mason is looking at the computer, and everybody's walking on the table. So there you go. If you have any questions, you can email me or send me a Schoology message. Thanks.